I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. Well, today I want to make, I've been hungry for fried chicken strips, just the boneless, skinless chicken breast, and fried, homemade. And of course, they're going to be Cajun style. And I've been researching some cookbooks, and I found this sauce. It's called comeback sauce. And I'm going to make the sauce for you, and I'll list the ingredients for the sauce. I think it's going to be delicious. So I hope you enjoy the video. I have a fried chicken strip video that I did like a year ago, and I want to make one that's better, and hopefully this one will get more views because it's going to be so good. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope it's not too long, and thank you for joining me, and let's go. I have the recipe by me. I'm not going to follow it exactly, and I'm going to eyeball most of the ingredients. Now it calls for a half cup of olive oil, and I'm not going to put that much, and it calls for 1 cup of mayonnaise, and this is my, you can use whatever kind you like. You can use Miracle Whip. But this, you could add also horseradish, but nobody likes it but me. So let's see, about a cup of mayo. We're going to add that. That's about a cup. Let's go ahead and add about 1/4 of a cup of olive oil. I don't want too much. We'll just go with that. And we need about 4 teaspoons of this. 4 teaspoons, so we're just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. That's good. We like that stuff. And it calls for 1/3 cup of chili sauce. This, it took me forever to find this, but I tell you, I really, really like it. So how much is that? 1/3 cup. So, and you kind of adjust it to your taste. That looks about right. 1/4 cup of ketchup. So we're just gonna add some ketchup here. That's about 1/4 cup. And it calls for prepared mustard. I'm gonna use Dijon mustard. I like the flavor of it. And it calls for 2, let's see. I'm so sorry. I can't memorize recipes anymore like I used to be able to. 4 teaspoons. I'm only going to add 2 because this one's a little strong. Okay, I need to wipe that. That's gross. A little garlic. I should go in order. 2 garlic cloves minced. Now, I have a lot of garlic right here, so we're just kind of, we like a lot of garlic, so that's about 2 or 3 cloves. Oh, it calls for minced onion, and nobody likes raw onion except for me, so I'm going to use a little onion powder instead. Just kind of calls for coarse black pepper. I'm going to add black pepper, my standard black pepper. I like black pepper. And I'm not going to add any salt, but I am going to add a little of this because I do like it. I love this seasoning. A little bit of that, not much. That was probably about 1/4 teaspoon or a half. And let's see, 1/4 teaspoon of hot sauce. Now you know I'm going to add more than that, but I'll put the 1/4 teaspoon for everyone else. And let me get a, well, I guess I can mix it with this. Let's double check our ingredients. Oh, and it calls for 2 tablespoons of water. Let me add a little water. That's about right. And, oh, paprika. 1/8 teaspoon. So we're just going to go with the smoked paprika, this one. And I'm going to add about 1/2 teaspoon. But this was kind of different than what I'm used to, so it sounded so good. And you want to let this chill for about an hour in the refrigerator. And I'm going to give it a taste before. It's mixing up pretty well. It's a pretty color. You could probably add a little pickle relish to this if you wanted to. A lot of hot sauce if you want. Okay, let's see. Let me just wipe this spoon off and give it just a little taste. Whoops. Oh, that's good. I think I want to add just a little bit more of this, like not much, just a tiny bit. And a little bit more onion powder, I believe, because I think it calls for a whole minced onion, a medium onion, so I probably didn't add enough of that. Okay, let's give it another mix. And it's gonna, the longer it sits in the refrigerator, I'm sure the better it will be. I'm just gonna taste it this way. That's pretty good. Okay, now we need to move on to the chicken. It's getting late. We gotta get started. We had 3 chicken breasts. We cut them up in about 4 pieces each. We try to make them the same size. But the first thing I want to do is I want to put, and you can put any seasoning you want, but I like to have Cajun seasoning when we fry chicken, which is not often because it kind of, you know, it smells up the house a little bit. And I'm going to soak this chicken a little while in, and I'm not going to put too much because I'm going to also season my flour just a little bit. I like to season every layer. So I'm going to just flip this over with, and I'm going to keep this hand clean. Oh, I missed one right here underneath. Oops. Just kind of, and you could also do this in a bowl. I just wanted to show y'all how many chicken strips we got and how we cut them. Now, some recipes say to soak it in milk, but I like to soak mine in buttermilk. The buttermilk, to me, makes it more tender and a little moist. So, see, I'm not overdoing it. I'm just lightly covering them today. So, now I'm going to just stick them in this bowl. Or you could use a Ziploc bag, or actually, you could put your flour in a Ziploc bag, and I never do that. Okay, let me move this over. This is my clean hand. This is whole buttermilk. It could be low fat, whole buttermilk. And we started a little late, so I'm not going to be able to soak them as long as I would like. And I'm also going to do another fried chicken video, so I'm saving some of my buttermilk. So you're going to get 2 kind of close together, but the other one's going to be thighs and breast with bone in and skin on. And I want to add some hot sauce. I like to add quite a bit. The longer you let it sit in here, the spicier it gets. But if you don't let it sit too long, it doesn't get too spicy, but it gives it a little tang. And the buttermilk also gives it a little tang. So I'm just going to mix that with my hand. And the seasoning washes off a little, but see, it stays on too. But like I said, we're going to season every layer, so I'm not going to worry about that. So this is perfect. I'm going to let this sit probably for about half an hour, but ideally you could do this overnight. So let me let this sit, wash my dishes, and I have about 2.5, 3 cups of flour, and I'm going to season the flour a little bit differently. We're going to add a little pink salt. Well, actually, it's pink salt and kosher salt mixed. But not too much because I have it on the chicken. And this is something new for me. I know a lot of people use this, and I wanted to try it. I used to hate lemon pepper actually when I was younger, but now I actually like it. So I want to try it on the chicken. I think it's going to be interesting. And onion powder. And you know what I forgot? The garlic powder. A little onion powder. A little smoked paprika for more color, because you want your color to be pretty. And I didn't show you my pot, but I have about 2 inches of oil heating up. And I have a thermometer attached. I'm going to try to get to about 360. Let's find the garlic powder. I need a better organized spice rack. But I don't have a lot of room in that cabinet, so lots of garlic powder. So let's give this a whisk. And this is just all-purpose flour. And I'm not going to have the 3 breading stations where you dip it in flour, then dip it in the wet, and then dip it in the flour again. I'm only going to take it from the buttermilk, dip it in the flour, and then fry it. So I think I'm going to start dipping it. I have a pan, but I need to adjust everything, put my seasonings up, and check our oil temperature's climbing. So I'm going to go ahead and start this soak for about 30 minutes. But I'm going to bread them, and I'm going to put them in this pan. So I'm just going to, my hands are impeccably clean. So I'm just going to dip them. This one has a lot of seasoning on it. You could also add a little egg in here to make it a little thicker. We'll see. I think they're going to be really delicious. And we like to eat these different ways. We like to eat them on salads. We like to eat them in wraps. We're going to do 4 at a time in the pot, because we don't want to lower our temperature by adding too much chicken. And I'm just kind of lightly patting it on the chicken breast strip, and then I shake it a little off the extra. And I'm using the Dutch oven I've been using a lot on my videos. I think it's gonna hold the temperature a lot better than some of the other pots I used before. At least I'm hoping so. And if you hear any noise in the background, it's the Instant Pot. We're going to make a little quick potato salad, I believe. Just a plain little potato salad to go with our chicken and our comeback sauce. Okay. I'm going to shake the oil to 350. You want to keep it on a medium high. You don't want to turn it all the way to high. While I'm waiting, I'm just going to take, since my hand's already dirty, I'm just going to batter a couple more, and I'll be a little above temperature. So we're going to go ahead and put a couple in. And I'm going to let them fry for a couple of minutes before I touch them with the tongs to keep the breading on them. Oh, and by the way, I'm using canola oil today. Peanut oil is also really, really nice to use. Got a high smoke point. So I turn my heat down just a little, and the chicken's going to lower my temperature just a little. So I'm going to let it fry. And they will not take long because they're not thick. And white meat fries way faster than dark meat. And sorry it's so loud, but isn't that beautiful? It's okay to eat fried food every once in a while. You can always burn a candle to kill the smell. But I got my thermometer here, even though I have to put my glasses on to read it. Looks good. I want to keep my fire kind of in a medium. Let me rinse my hand, and I'll be back when it's time to turn them over. And you can see they're brown a little bit on the top, and the crust is still on there. You try not to handle them too much, and the crust will stay on. So I'm going to let them go a couple more minutes, and you could always test with a thermometer, or you could always just cut one open and make sure it's cooked. Because you definitely want to make sure your chicken is thoroughly cooked. And my husband was nice enough to bread the rest for me, so we have these. And I'll tell you, these make good leftovers too. So anyway, these are probably about done. So when I pull them out, I'll bring the first batch out. Don't they look nice? Nice golden crust. Because I really don't want to dry them out. And they only take about, I would say I've cooked them about 5 or 6 minutes. And some of them are thicker than others, so you do want to make sure it's cooked all the way. And you want to make sure your oil's at the right temperature before you add the next batch. These look amazing. I really like the way the paprika helps color the chicken. So let me check my temperature. It is a little low, so I'm going to wait for it to come back up before I add my next batch, because I want it to be perfect. Let's put in our next, about 4. I'm going to put them in. You want to be very... Oh, and I wanted to mention that it helps when you put them on the cooling rack with a paper towel underneath. That way they don't get soggy on the paper towel. They stay crispy because the air flows through the cooling rack. Oops, I didn't put that one in right. Okay, here we go to the next batch. Second batch out, and I'm going to do my last batch. And I fried those about 8 minutes. And I like to turn them over about 1 time, 2 times. You gotta make sure you give them enough room. So it doesn't take too long. It's a little messy with the grease, but other than that, they're delicious. We tasted them. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to taste the sauce. Fried all the chicken. Now that's 3 chicken breasts, so that's quite a bit. So I'm gonna let them cool a little bit, and we're gonna make a tiny potato salad and have our sauce, and we'll be ready to eat. Taste test time, and I am so excited. I'll tell you, the buttermilk and Cajun seasoning are the best. And this sauce, let's try it. That is really, really good. And we made a little potato salad on the side. Now this is a treat because we do not fry food often, but this is definitely a treat. This is a special night. We love chicken, fried chicken. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.